Most of your scenes, I would say 80% of your scenes on The Sopranos were with James Gandolfini. Was he incredibly helpful in guiding you along through your performances at times? What were some tips that he gave you or advice?
He would never give you tips exactly, other than, every once in a while he'd just look at me and say, "Stop thinking. You're thinking. Stop thinking." That's a no-no. That's their job. In a half-joking way. But just being in a scene with him, and I've said this many times, you walked away a better actor. I mean, you just couldn't help it. He was that good.
Right.
And we bonded in a strange way because I think we're two of the few people I know of that we're more comfortable being out of the spotlight. We're naturally more inclined to be sidemen and band guys and character actors.
Interesting.
And yet we both find ourselves in the spotlight occasionally, and we got good at it. We both got good at it. And comfortable with it, to some extent.
Yeah.
But never entirely comfortable. So I think we actually had that very much in common. And he, he'd always say, look in the mirror, look at his face. You believe they cast me as the lead in this show? And he meant it.
Right.
He was wonderfully humble. That way, and that set the tone for the whole set. And his respect for me as a individual set the tone for the whole set, because I was a little concerned. I was an outsider. I'm coming in as a guitar player off the street. I'm not an actor going through all of that, the acting classes and the off-Broadway,
Right.
all that they go through, and I was a little concerned about it.
But I imagine that set knew who you were and were really excited to have you there. I mean,
It did balance out. It did in the end, and they knew I was not fooling around. I came out of that trailer as Silvio Dante, and I was really him. And I didn't take that lightly. And they knew that. Mm-hmm. But it was early on in the process when Davis wanted to give me the gig. I even said to him, I said, I'll tell you the truth, I'm feeling a little guilty taking an actor's job here. I'm not too crazy about that.
You're like, yeah, I'm doing just fine with the East Street Band over
I said,
here. I'm good, guys.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't planning on being an actor.
Yeah.
And he said, no, first of all, you are an actor already, and then he said, okay, if you're uncomfortable taking one of these roles, I'll write you in a part. Mm-hmm. So you're not taking anybody's job, and that's what he ended up doing.